For as long as I can remember, I have loved video games, old and new. Heck, my first legitimate console was a blue Game Boy Advance that my dad had gave to me, just for just so I wouldn't bother him. I think, for the most part, the first game I legit ever touched in my life was Super Mario Brothers, and that's when the floodgates just kind of dropped for me. Just that single experience was what made me a gamer. Years later, like I'm 19 right now, and I'm still a gamer. You can see the Mortal Kombat stuff behind me and the security reach stuff, and yeah, I'm a gamer. I'm not afraid to say that. I grew up around a lot of classic video games, classic Nintendo video games, to be more specific. Uh, my dad obviously owned the Game Boy Advance SP that he let me use, and I later lost it. My dad also owned a Super Nintendo. My cousins had a Wii. My other cousins had an NES. We later owned a Wii, and I owned a Wii U and Nintendo Switch, and I owned a 3DS and a DS. I owned a lot of Nintendo products growing up, and I got to have a lot of those classic experiences like Super Mario, Duck Hunt, and Zelda, Kirby, all that, the whole shebang. Which is why I was a little disappointed when this came out and it wasn't the full game. Ultimate NES Remix is an endurance-based collection of challenges that uses the classic NES title as a selling point. And my little stupid ass thought it was a collection of every NES game, which is weird. What, do you expect me to read the fine print as a child? What are you, dumb? As a kid, I thought it was everything I'd ever wanted, and may have gotten my expectations a little too high for a game that looked like this and that said remix on it. See, the thing is, at the time, I owned another game that had a collection of other games. So I thought it was similar to that. It was the Namco Arcade, and I had the full arcade experience with it, like Pac-Man, Galaxia, and Galaga. That one mouse game that I keep forgetting the name of. So now that I'm past like the little childhood trauma, I guess, of being misled by packaging, what does adult Josh think of it now? Now that I've actually had the chance to play through some of these challenges, what do I think of it? I think it's a game that Josh now really likes, and now that obviously I'm an adult now, I can enjoy these a little more because they're bite-sized experience. They're not the full thing. Like, I own a few NES titles on my 3DS that I can play at full, and if I want to play those in like a short run of it, then I'd have to save the game and do all that stuff. But if I want a bite-sized experience, like just have a small go at it, I'll pop this in, and I'll have that experience. I mean, I don't own every single classic NES game on my 3DS because the eShop closed. Fuck you, Nintendo. Yeah, I'll have this, so I still have an avenue into that realm, and I can still play those games because of this. It has its ups and downs. Like, the timer system sucks on it, but it's still a way to play these classic games, right? It's still a form of preservation, which is something that we lack so much nowadays. It's good to have something that still has some of that life. Like, even though like this is still pretty damn hard to get your hands on nowadays because it's a 3DS title, and because preservation is such a hard thing to come by these days, I still think avenues like this, like more recently the Nintendo Championship game that's coming out soon, I think it's decent preservation, and it's games like these that give like this sort of pseudo retro feel to people that have had those experiences, and it keeps some of those bits alive that people remember from these games. And I really appreciate Nintendo for, they're obviously not giving us the full game, but at least they're giving us something, right? Granted, it doesn't give you the full experience of the full game, but it has those small bits that you have to work to get to. But like the Kirby Quick Draw game, one of my favorite experiences from Kirby was the Quick Draw game. And if I wanted to just play that, I could pop this in and play it. So there's still something there for people to experience. Like, there's small parts from each level of the game that if you wanted to just go and enjoy that, you could. And obviously there's a penalty for not completing it in time, because these are time-based scenarios in the game. But still, they're experiences nonetheless, and I still have a strong positive feeling about this because of that. It encapsulates that small moment within the game where you could play that moment and just put it down. You don't have to play through the entire game. Like, if you just wanted to feel that small moment in the video game, you could play that moment and then just put it down. It's bite-sized experiences minus the time and grind to get to it. Granted, the time and grind to get to it is very much more satisfying than just playing it, but still, if you don't have a lot of time on your hands, there's this. And there's other games that have it too. There's a Wii U version of it as well. If you don't have a Wii U, I don't know how you could experience it. There's emulating the game, but I don't want to get sued. So yeah, I know this video is a bit smaller than my other ones, but I've been sick and I have a job now. So, and yeah, my hands kind of look like death. I've been dealing with eczema and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be uploading a lot of videos on here anymore. I'm gonna try to, obviously, because I love this channel and all. But yeah, I'm gonna be uploading on a few other channels as well. I recently felt the spark of creativity to restart uploading again on my Plus channel from years ago. This is years ago, mind you. And I've already uploaded 2 videos on it, and I think they're pretty good. I mean, they're not SML quality, which is kind of what I would like my general inspiration comes from for those videos. But yeah, there's something to chew on nonetheless, and I think they're pretty damn good. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap the video up right here. I will see you in the next video, whenever that comes out. But yeah, I've got a few more scripts I'm working on for this kind of format video because I missed these. Yeah, but I will see you in the next video. See ya.